Hello, my name's Tom, and today I'm going to show you how to deploy a simple Node.js app using GitHub Actions and Elastic Beanstalk. Before we start, make sure that you have an AWS account with the permissions to create an IAM user with pragmatic access, along with a GitHub account to clone the repo, link below. And make sure you got the list of dependencies in your terminal as well, which I've also linked below. So yeah, we'll get right into it. So if you just log into your AWS account, we're going to go and create an IAM user. We're going to configure this to our terminal as well as GitHub Actions as well, which I'll show later. And we don't want to give it console access. And we'll give it admin access for Elastic Beanstalk. You can make this more granular for security purposes, but for this instance, I'm going to use admin access. It really does depend on the setup that you have and what services that you use within AWS. So we'll create this user. So now we've got the user, we'll go into security credentials. We will create an access key. We'll use it for the CLI. Okay, so now we've got our access key and secret key. Yeah, so if we take these credentials now into GitHub, we can securely parse these through. So if you go to secrets and variables, actions, within the settings tab, we'll create a repository secret. So we'll name our secret AWS access key and copy what we've got in AWS. Add that. And then we'll also do one for our secret as well. So yeah, we'll copy the secret here. Just make sure not to press done, just because we're not finished with this yet. And if you find a way that you can store these keys safely within a key value store, then go for it. If we type AWS configure within our terminal, it'll ask for the access key, which we will provide it here. Then this, along with the secret key. And then default region, which is EUS2 for me. I'm in the United Kingdom. Cool. So now that's all set up, we'll move on to testing our site locally. So if we go to our GitHub repo here, we can clone with SSH, which I'm presuming you should have set up like I do. So if I go, I'll just go into my repos folder and then clone this. There we go. And then we can go inside of here. So I'm going to create a virtual environment within Python. First off, we're going to go and test locally. So if we just run an initialization command, we can see in here, we've got in the index.javascript. So if we just go node index.js. So it says it's now running on port 3000. So if we just go localhost, there we go. So that's our website tested locally. So we know that it works. We can close that now. Okay, so now that we know it works locally, let's get this onto AWS. So I'll just continue. That's now complete for the user account. I'm just going to go into Elastic Beanstalk really quickly. And you can see it's saying to get started. We've not got any applications or environments in at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do it straight from the terminal before we move on to our automation. If we make sure we're in the root of our application here, if we initialize Elastic Beanstalk on Node.js for our app, that's now going to go and speak to AWS, and it says the application's been created. As we can see here, our application has been created. Make sure that you're in the right region. I was on USD1 just then. And then now if we create our environment, if we just go eb create Node.js So yeah, this is going to take a while, probably upwards of 5 minutes. So we'll just wait for this to complete and then we'll test that it's all worked. Okay, so as you can see here, there's no errors, which is awesome. And it says that our instant deployment's created successfully. And we've got our load balancers, CloudWatch alarms, auto scaling groups. So we can just exit out of that. And if we go eb open, what that'll do is take us to our link of our Elastic Beanstalk instance. And we can see here, deployed via the CLI actions to Elastic Beanstalk. So now if we move on to the GitHub Actions side, what we'll want to do is if we just go into our repo here, I'm going to type code Node.js, which should open it in VS Code. That's just a shortcut which I have. So if we just move this over. Yeah, so if we just walk through this quickly. So every time we push to main, it's going to automatically deploy this pipeline on the latest Ubuntu agent. It's going to check the code out. It's going to set up Node.js here, install the dependencies, zip it up so that Elastic Beanstalk can read it. And here we pass through our secrets that we put in earlier. That's a secure way of doing it. And yeah, we've got the pip install here just for the agent if it doesn't have it installed. And then we're going to initialize and use this environment like how we have done here. So if I go and make a change to this index.js here and say GitHub Actions, I don't know why I put CLI actions to begin with, but we'll just go and prove this works. So if we go inside of here, we go git add, git commit, we put deployed via GitHub Actions, and then git push origin main. So now that we've pushed that, we should be able to go into our repo within actions, and we can see that this has now been triggered. So we'll just wait for this to complete and see if it's worked. Okay, so it appears that it's deployed successfully, as we can see here. There was no issues with connectivity or anything like that. So we just jump into that same link we used earlier, refresh this, we can see deployed via GitHub Actions. And now anytime you want to make a change or a push, you've got a pipeline set up, so it does that all automatically. And we can see that we've got everything here in AWS looking good. And yeah, that's everything. Thanks for watching. And if you need any of the resources mentioned in this video, make sure to check the description. If you've got any questions or feedback, then just put them in the comments below. But until then, see you next time.